Welcome. Hi. Free Spirit here. You knew that. Well, I have to say I'm feeling so good. After my last video, you guys gave me so much encouragement because I said I thought I was kind of boring. And, you know, the feelings that I have don't last for very long, so it's not like I'm sitting around moping or dwelling on things all the time, so please don't worry about me. But thank you for being so supportive and understanding, because I think a lot of us that find each other's channels and just enjoy ASMR in general, I think that we have that empathy and sensitivity, so I do appreciate your care and concern. I just always want you to know that I want my videos to be all about your time to relax, okay? Not for me to bring you down. I just think it's kind of funny sometimes the way the energy just kicks you, you know. You have to understand that it's all okay, and you're okay, and I'm okay, and I'm really glad that you're here. Today is about tingly, 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 tingly treasures. It's just some nice triggers. Triggers. Besides this table, which is like my blank canvas, I have some items that I found when I was going through a lot of stored boxes. I'm really getting to the root of all the old things, all the other lives that I've been living in the past, and deciding what's worth having and what needs to go. So I came across a few things that sparked good memories, and they're also kind of nice for tap 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 tapping and scratching. And since my hands are the hands of a woman who gardens and has horses, big time right now, I'm not going to make any kind of a delicate crystal video, but I will. My hands will heal. Yeah. So I'll just tell you a little bit about each item. But first you have to say hello to my little friend. Come here, girl. Come here. Yeah. There she is. Long lost Abby. Yeah. There's actually going to be a little crystal energy love for you at the end of the video. So she's coming over to make sure I made a good selection. And she's giving you hugs right now. Yeah. Gotta have an Abby visit once in a while. Kisses, kisses. She's giving you kisses now. Yeah. Right here. Say hi. Come here. Come down. There. Lay down. So, I'm getting ready to shave her again. She's had a couple of hairballs, so she'll be shaved for the summer. She likes my choice over here, so we've got the green light. Yeah, sure. No problem, Abby. You could just turn the camera, whatever suits you. All right, let's begin. Come here, miss. Let's get down now. So, great segue into the first series here that I found. They're all wrapped in bubble wrap. It's 3 photographs, black and white, that I made when I was in college. I had a photography class, and I used the dark room and all the chemicals and all that. It was part of a project that I had to do with all the different settings and blah 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 that I don't remember at all anymore, because it's such a different world in photography now. But this was a kitten that I found at college, actually. And of course, not allowed to have pets on campus, but I hid her for about a month until I was brave enough to bring her home during a break. And this is at my parents' house probably a year later. She was the cutest thing, and her name was Honey. Honey. She was kind of a golden color with a little white on her chest. So I just loved the way the light looked on her in black and white, because she's outlined in gold. And this one is another cat that we had at the time. See, I've always been crazy about cats. This one's name is Juliet. She was a stripy black and white and gray. And yes, we had her brother, who was Romeo. Romeo was golden. He was adorable. Chunky golden cat. Romeo and Juliet. And the last 2 are both of Honey again. She was a good poser out in the backyard in the leaves and the sticks. I just like the light. I think part of the assignment, besides black and white, was to capture light and shadow. And this is the last one. I love this one. She was scratching on the log. She had a very lioness face. Looked very much like a little lion. So I was always finding cats, kittens, and bringing them home, and then going back to school. My parents had to take care of them. They could not be helped. I had these all framed at one time. There was some other art that was kind of grouped together, wrapped up and put in a storage box. This is one of them. It's signed D.R.B. Lots of colors on this one, and the shape. I'll read what it says on the back. Denise R. Banda, artist, Mountain Feather Originals. This is a Gisley production of a handmade clay shield, glazed and painted by me. And then it says 2006. Cochise speak the truth. Cochise hated a liar. To a Chiricahua Apache, a liar was less than dung. A quote from Thomas Jeffords. Speak, American, I will not lie to you. Do not lie to me. A tall man with a commanding presence, Cochise spoke with truth and expected the same from others. At first, his horse, of a more delicate stature, didn't seem the right fit for the name Cochise, but names and explanations come to me in different ways. I try not to question the reasoning. The answer came when I looked up the meaning of the colors. The colors make him a healing force. A horse that encourages communication and the healing that will bring to relationships of all kinds. Sun is the guardian of the day, the power of love. Written by Denise Banda, artist owner. 2006. And then I was so happy to see these. This one and the next were completion awards from an endurance ride called the 20 Mule Team Ride. And yes, it was up in Death Valley. And there were different distances. We were doing the 35 mile. And it's usually in the winter when it's too cold everywhere else, but out in the desert we'd have beautiful weather most of the time. Sometimes we rode in the snow and the rain and the freezing temperature and the wind. But once in a while, it was just beautiful. This is such a cute award. We got to pick our own amongst many original designs. This is actually behind a frame, and I'll tell you about it. There's a card I made sure to keep taped to the back because this was a very unique gift. And I'll show you the other one while I read this. Here's the second one they gave the next year. It says, this is a pteroglyph or rock picture. The design is created by etching into the rock's surface. Large-scale pteroglyphs were made by prehistoric people for thousands of years in all parts of the world. The greatest concentration of pteroglyphs in North America are located in the Coso mountain range at the northern end of Indian Wells Valley. That's where this ride took place. Many of the design elements seen in the Coso range are used in these modern pteroglyphs, which are handmade from local materials by Olaf Dowd, a local artist. Olaf is now incorporating Southwest designs into his artwork. Based in Ridgecrest, California, which is the nearest city to where these rides were held. So it really was very special that it was a local artist, and it was based on, local history, and reminded us of where the ride was when we looked at it years later. One of my favorite places to go. The initials OWD. Olaf W. Dowd. And 2 photos from different rides with my 2 different horses, 2 different Arabians that did endurance. This one is Z. I still have Z. She's out in the yard. This was about, 10 or 12 years ago, at the end of I think it was a 35-mile ride on private property at the Cajon Ranch, a beautiful, famous place. Very raw land, cattle, sheep, wild animals everywhere, wild pigs and turkeys and every kind of bird, and a beautiful lake. And we are so lucky to get to camp there. For a few years in a row, I did that one. So beautiful. So that's Z. That was my youngest horse at the time. The glass was broken because my kitty knocked it off the shelf. So now I have to find some glass to fit in here to protect the photo. So pretty. It was such a beautiful day. I remember that moment exactly. Relief to be back. Excitement. Happy to see the photographer so I could get a memory of the moment. And last No, one more. I got this one. This was my third endurance ride of all time, many, many years ago. And this is on my first horse and the love of my life, Bo Husky. Beauty boy. Tall and thin. He was 19 when we started doing endurance rides. He just loved it so much. Wearing my tie-dye. Hot, sweaty, filthy dirty, coming down into a water stop. Relieved to see the water. Fighting with my horse to slow down because he wanted to run the whole thing. And just happy again that a photographer took a photo of us. Yay. The last one of my very favorites. Such a beautiful memory. I've heard it said, and I've said many times, that my favorite view is through the ears of a horse. We got to go to so many beautiful places. This one, so special, was just out behind the house that I used to live in. It was actually around the corner over here. And we ride up and over all these hills. Beautiful. And then that way up and over about 4 or 5 miles was Vasquez Rocks. And that's a beautiful park. We'd ride all over there and across town. Yeah. Bo was my dream horse. We went out almost every day. He passed away when he was just a few days short of 30 years old. Such a good boy. Such good memories. I hope you enjoyed those. Before I say goodnight, I want to share with you some healing energy, okay? So you can just wind down, and you can come back and play this again when you're ready to just turn everything off. And let this be the last thing to take you into that peaceful resting place, with hopefully some very, very sweet dreams. Okay. In my garden, the beautiful simplicity of rose. So soft heart energy, pink and green, calming and also strengthening. Bringing peace, like rose quartz. The rose fragrance is very powerful, very pure, and has a very high frequency. I want to amplify that for you with this clear quartz with chloride phantoms, which really assists with healing, physical healing, and heart energy healing. Beautiful crystals.